a show. You coming with me? Baby girl, you a prime time. I don't care if everybody see. Couple weeks I had to leave, now coming back off road. Tell me you love me, and tell me you love me, and tell me you love me, and don't let me go.
Long days since I've been away. Tell me you waiting at home with the baby and tell her that daddy's so proud of the way. She teaching her mama and daddy to be more like kids and still handle the beats on the road. Cause I got a dream that I never could sing to say. Excited to see where it goes. I love the environment. I could provide you with just like a writing about you in these songs. You taking me higher, no need for a lighter. The spark of my fire inspired this poem. Come. Couple weeks I had to leave, now coming back off road. Tell me you love me, and tell me you love me, and tell me you love me, and don't let me go.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. But tonight we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the LA Chargers.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing first play is Herbert. Over the middle, complete. That's Hampton. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
The Chargers now at 2-5 to start play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. You look at this defense for the Vikings. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Here's Herbert. That one too wide and incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Baylor Tiger! Baylor Tiger! Home trips right. Baylor Tiger! 12.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He'll try and do this himself. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. They'll run here, the former Longhorn with it. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Now McCarthy. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing is McCarthy. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter Ryan Wright. Back deep for L.A. is Darius Davis. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Hey, Ray, 59. Hey, see the ball.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Throw left side, complete. That's Hampton. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. This defense for the Vikings, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win. But definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Out of the gun, they run with Blue. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That good for 22 and a first down.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? Five defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there. First down, and they go right back to Blue. Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Moore, the man in motion. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 30. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. So first and 10 now from the 30. They go with Blue between the tackles. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
McCarthy operating from the gun. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
They're giving him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Third down from the gun, McCarthy. And inside the 20, the third is brought down. First catch here by McLaurin, and he's got himself a first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. In motion, the tight end. On first down, it's Blue. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's second and 2. We're scoreless after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a second down and 2 coming up. Here's a give, left side, Blue with it. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on second and 2. It's now third and 1.
Haven't met a defensive coordinator yet that thinks second and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job. Hold him to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on first down. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be first and goal.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
So first and goal now from the 7-yard line. And McLaurin, the motion man right. They'll run up the middle here with Blue.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Jefferson going to go in motion right. To the air with McCarthy. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Terry McLaurin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Chargers, nothing. Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
He gets it to Johnston. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bell. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
First and 10 at the 30-yard
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Black 80, black. 21.
Zone read, a give to Hampton. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
On the tackle.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Herbert now. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
That's complete. Lambert Smith. So no gain on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here.
Set. Ready.
Herbert going to keep it on his sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down.
Line. Set.
Out of the gun, Herbert. He'll dump this off to Hampton, complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up second down.
And 3 at the 12-yard line.
380.
Now it's Herbert. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw here, Herbert. That is caught. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Chargers, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Now Herbert going to shift his guys around. Hampton will score. Touchdown, Chargers.
I tell you what, this was a much-needed drive and a much-needed touchdown at the end of this drive. They have not done much of anything in this first half, but here they put all the pieces together, and they get the score right before the half.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Here's McCarthy. That's downfield. He's got Phantom. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw McCarthy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Here's 2nd and 10. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Complete. Jefferson the target. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
1st down, Minnesota.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Sticking with the pass, here's McCarthy. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Henry. And the Chargers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. They'll try and run again with Boyd. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
Moore, the man in motion. From the gun on third down. McCarthy slings this deep from McLaurin. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Terry McLaurin with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7.
14. Chargers 7. Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. incomplete.
For Quentin Johnston.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. You can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open, and when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Handoff, Blue running right. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 60 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. McCarthy. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 36. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Now a handoff to Blue running left side. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss.
Here we go, Shaq. Pass for 60. Pass for 60.
They'll send Judy in motion left. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. Open man, he completes it to Judy.
Complete to Jerry Judy. A 14-yard pickup, but it's 3rd down.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
79 Crossroads. Go. Nike 18.
Now McCarthy. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is indeed good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
Again, it's Hampton. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On 1st down, it's Hampton. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh shut it down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Herbert going to change the play here. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Now he's going to step up and run. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Brings up 3rd.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Line. 5-9.
Here's Herbert. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line.
That's another Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Baylor Tiger. Hey, go Lions.
To the air again, Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for the Chargers touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Makes the score.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
Chargers,
and now things
14.
get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is put a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They go again with Blue. And he stopped immediately there. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Second and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Now a toss left side. It's Blue. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. To the air with McCarthy. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And the receivers I know, they have a great deal of confidence. Usually they stand in front of the mirror before games and say, not 1 touchdown, not 2 touchdowns, but 3 touchdowns. Trying to turn this one into a big-time performance.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff. Blue. And he will have a Viking first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Another one in the books for his partner. Always great